Alright, hello. 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 I want to kind of go over this information about what it would cost for a universal basic income for Americans in the poverty line only per year and per month for $1,200 per month for the poverty-stricken. We are looking at $676 billion a year, or $56 billion per check. Okay. I just made a 20-minute video and went over all this stuff, kind of showing you how I figured that out. But I think I'm going to just not go through all that, but let me go through it real quick, just some of how I kind of jotted this out. Poverty, destitution, desperation, disease, crime. Okay? Charity never faileth. Okay, that's from the Bible, that's from the Lord, and we know that. So that's why I think we should be thinking about this. The 2021 projection poverty rate is 13.7, so that's 1/7 of American families, Americans, kind of a lot of people. And what they make that number on is that it's like if a house of four brings in less than $26,500 per month, which is you could divide that by 4 and say it's about $6,625 per person. Now, people have children, old people, afflicted, this and that. So that's the number. They say for a house of four, 26,500. But as an individual in a house of one, I guess, 6,000. I don't know, but that's the thing. To me, this seems insanely low. If you're looking at a mother, a father, and 2 children, or a mother and a father and maybe a senior citizen who can't take very good care of themselves or something, 26,500 for 4 people in one house seems to me still to be not. I think that you could say 40, 50,000 might still be the poverty line in technical reality, but that's what they say. I mean, maybe not, maybe that's right, but it seems really low to me. $552 per month, population. Oh, I was just looking at the whole population. It's 328.2 million, okay? So that's how I got the math to figure out 1/7 of the population, basically, and then kind of take the 552 and double it, because you got to figure if it's guys, stop it, all right? If we got 552 per person in the poverty line from 0 to 26,000 roughly, double that, and then say, okay, now they're twice above the poverty line at the lowest, and you know what I mean? Or at the highest, and then at least the other ones come to the top of the poverty line from 0. It's insane, but there are some people that literally have 0 income. Slavery still goes on, and all kinds of other horrible things associated with iniquity. Remember, charity never faileth, and remember that God judged Lucifer as falling and becoming imperfect after he became unfair. Okay, so Lucifer, you were perfect until inequity was found in you. So if you think, well, these poor people just don't matter, who cares? They're not humans. Treat them like trash. Kill them, or do this or do that. That's not right. In theory, you have to look out for everybody. The idea of humanitarianism and charity is to take care of everybody in the world, family, the whole tree. The whole tree of life. So I'm just saying, you go through this stuff, you get to the point where there's the whole population. If we give the whole population a $552 stimulus check, it would cost that much, okay? About 181 billion. Stop. About 181 billion. Now they're sitting there talking about trillions and trillions. That would be the whole population, rich and super, super rich and poor, okay? But let's take 1/7 of the population, right? So we get about 47 million. And if we give them $1,200 per month, you know, but for 12 months, we end up at this number, 676, 800. All right, so that's where we're back here, where I said 676 billion per year for UBI, Universal Basic Income check, to lift people out of degradation and disease and crime, hopefully, and discomfort and ill mental health. 676 billion a year. Now they're sitting there making up things about, 3.5 trillion for this, 1 point whatever trillion for this, okay? Social insurances I thought was worth noting because I looked up what the government takes revenue in from, and that's the second biggest thing besides just general taxes, with social insurances. And it's kind of weird, this whole thing going on, but I can get into that. I had some questions. I'm going to look into that a little more detailed, but the government is spending a certain money on social insurances and then paying out a certain amount of money on social insurances, but that's including, like, I guess it's like there's like Social Security and all that stuff, and Medicare is involved in it. It says Social Security, Medicare, unemployment insurance, workers' compensation, disability, But still, whatever they pay, I mean, $1,200 a month is probably more than what a lot of those people get anyway. So that's kind of interesting to note. So you might want to combine the social insurances thing into the equation for or just say, screw it, make the math easy like this, and just say, hey, all the people in the poverty line, there you go, 676 billion. Maybe spend that much for a year and see what happens to the crime. If crime goes down, see what happens to mental health, see what happens to physical health, and things that are on a spiritual and physical realm, mind, body, spirit, but I think because the God said charity never faileth, that it would help. And I was looking at a Forbes article too, where they're talking about soon it's going to be like World War II situation with the economy and this and that. There's been a lot of really grotesque stuff going on since World War II, and a lot of things I think they tried to keep swept under the rug. And we're all kind of aware of that now, finally, at this point. Well, not everyone, which is weird. Some people might still be ignorant, and the children might not know, but it's disturbing, to see all this, and then realize you could just lift the poor up real quick by spending less than $1 trillion. Less than, it's about 2/3 of $1 trillion, and you could just make no middlemen, no funnel money, no funny money, no nothing going anywhere else. Just give it to everyone directly through the IRS portal, and just see what happens in here. I think it's worth it. I think that they're arguing about all these trillions of dollars, how it's going to be spent. 50 billion is something they have for one little thing here, one little thing here. 676 billion 1 year. It's not that bad. Try it. I would say try it for a full year. Not